This video will walk you through the basics of the Stellarium web software. So the first thing we'll want to do is go to stellarium.org. Now this page is the generic page that will give me some download options if I want to download the desktop tool. However, we're going to use the web version. When the software opens, it will likely choose our default location. We can check this by looking at the location and the time window. However, if it does not pick our current one, we can always set it. So first, let's take a look at the time. So notice we have the time and the date on the lower right of the screen. If I click this control, it will bring up some options that will allow me to set the current time and date, or whatever time and date I want. Notice the clock is incrementing, so it's keeping time, real time, so that I can see what the sky looks like on a second-by-second basis. I'm going to want to pause it, however, and I'm going to want to set it to a specific time, in this case, darkness, so that I can see the sky. I'm going to use the arrow keys to advance to 10 p.m. tonight. So I can either individually click, or I can click and hold. So now my stellarium is set for December 17th at 10 p.m. Notice the sun is still up. We can fix that. So our location here shows unknown. So I'm going to go ahead and click the button. Now often if auto location is clicked, it will automatically detect where I am. For whatever reason, this one isn't, so I can put my current location in the search box, hit enter, and I'm going to select the first option. So this puts me in Frisco, Texas. Notice up here I have some numbers representing the latitude of 33 degrees, my current longitude of minus 96.8. This is the location that I want, so I'm going to click the Use this location option. So now it shows me my current location at 10 p.m. tonight. Notice I'm facing north. If I don't want to look north though, I can use my mouse to scroll left, right, or up and down. So to get more real estate, I'm going to go ahead and close this left sidebar. But first, before I do that, I'm going to add the ecliptic. The ecliptic is, of course, the sun's equatorial plane. And I should be able to find all the planets that are visible at this time, at this location, on or near the ecliptic. As it turns out, I can see Mars on the ecliptic at the time and date set. Notice at the bottom middle, I have a control menu. So I can see what each widget does by just hovering over. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the constellations. Notice that a grayed out icon means that that option is not selected. When I do select it, it turns white. So the landscape button here just allows me to see below the horizon if I so choose. For our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and leave it on. Now, if I want to see what an object is, I can simply click the object, and notice an information window pops up. So this tells me that the star is called Capella. It's at a magnitude or a brightness of 0.24. Now note that the brighter the object, the larger the circle is that represents that object. It also includes right ascension and declination. And of most importance to us for our activity, we have the azimuth and altitude. The altitude represents how high this object is above the horizon. I can get rid of this window by clicking the X. Now, if I don't see something in here that I want, I can use the search box. So I'm going to use the search box to find Polaris. So I'm going to select the first one. And notice that it puts my searched object in the middle of the screen. So here's the information for Polaris, the same that we saw before. Notice that the visibility here is always visible tonight. This will be important later in the course. If I select Capella again, notice that it gives me a rise and a set time. I can also do the same for the sun. If it were visible, I could get a rise and a set time just by clicking. Now, if I want to see how the sky moves, it's going to go really slow, but I can advance the time really quickly by clicking and holding the minute button. So in this way, I can see a faster representation of what the sky is going to do with time tonight. So using these basic controls, I can go to anywhere on Earth at any time or any date of my choosing. Feel free to use the tool to play around and experiment. Happy stargazing, everybody.